Hello everyone, Benmannion. A little bit later today, been out on my bike, nice weather, so making the most of it. What we're going to be talking about again is 67 Steps program, what I'm studying. Feel free to join in with it. I'm going to put the link up after for everyone. And what we're talking about today is basically there's no knowns, so we'll go a bit deeper into that. What Tai was saying is Tai Lopez, he was saying it's the things that you think you know that you don't know that are going to get you. And he also was saying that, like Warren Buffett, somebody else I follow, he was saying get rid of one big idea every year. Now when he's saying a big idea, he's not talking about a big idea, some vision for the future or something that you want to do, a big idea in your personal life. He's talking about your belief system and what you believe. Now, not like we're not getting into religion or anything like that here, or politics. It could be something there, but what he's saying is, like, basically you've got to be open-minded to to people's beliefs and actually like look into the other side of the argument. One example that I came across lately, actually, I was on an aeroplane the other week, and I watched a show called Propaganda. And it was a TV show. You can probably look at this on Netflix or whatever. And it was about America in I think it was the 30s, 1930s. And what he was talking about was the Great Depression was just happening. And I think it was President Roosevelt. He had to get people thinking. He had to get the American people like thinking a little bit differently to like get the economy going again and get everything moving. So he brought in this guy called Edward Bernays, and I'm going to buy this book as a book as well. It's called Propaganda, and they needed to change the way that people thought about things. So this guy Edward Bernays, he was like a psychologist sort of guy, and back then there wasn't as much marketing. Now this guy basically started marketing. He started putting billboards up with posters on, with like cartoons, and changing the way people were thinking. And it worked. What he was doing, this propaganda, was actually working. So like corporate companies started approaching him because they wanted his help. Then they wanted to like sell things, and he started working for this company in America. You can watch this show, if you don't believe me, because there's some of this stuff I wouldn't believe if somebody told me. And it was a bacon company. They wanted to sell more bacon. They wanted to grow the company, so they brought him in to help him. So what he did is he started like advertising with billboards, TV commercials, and he even got doctors. He even got like GPs on side. And what they were doing is, if somebody went to the doctors, I've got no energy or I feel ill, they're like, you're not eating enough bacon, but you've got to eat bacon every day. Like now we know that like if you eat bacon every day, you probably get high cholesterol, high blood pressure. It'll make you fat, make you unhealthy. But back then, people are like, yeah, bacon, we've got to eat more bacon. So everyone's eating more bacon. And then the TV commercials were like saying, what's a good breakfast? What's a hearty breakfast without bacon? And everyone was buying into this. And then people's belief was like, you've got to eat more bacon. And then people were doing it. No one challenged the other side of it back then. It was just like the way it was. And it was the same with smoking. They had like Camel cigarettes. They had all the doctors like smoking cigarettes. The doctors there with like a Camel cigarette. All the most healthiest doctors recommend Camel. The doctors smoking the cigarette with like the white overcoat on, and like people bought into it. And then it wasn't until years later that science studies and people's bad health started to unveil that like smoking is very bad for you. And like now, not many people smoke now. You can't smoke inside. You got to smoke outside. And I think cigarette packets have got warnings on, or some countries now they're like in white boxes, I think, with no advertising on. So like that's like one idea, and that's one thing where people like believed something, but they never looked at the other side of it. So it's like challenge the rules. Who made the rules? I mean, I've come across like rules in my career in different industries, and I've seen these rules, and you go back and you're like, where did this rule come from? and you go back, you find out the source, and you go, you know what, that's why. I won't go any further, but you go, that's why the rule's like that, because the person who made it isn't quite, you know, they're not really, they've been put into maybe a position what they shouldn't have been to make a rule, or they made a rule for this and they're trying to apply it to that, you know. So it's all about challenging the rules now. I'm not going out saying like break all the rules, but it's all about like taking your argument, what you're thinking about, and then look at the other side. Can you argue the other side? You know, don't be ignorant and don't just say, no, it's all my way. Have a look at the other side and see like what the other side is, and then you can argue it properly. We all have views and opinions, so yeah, it's about like looking at the other side. So I mean, one belief I always had, like from when I was young, I thought it was all about working hard. You got to work hard. It's all about hard work. I didn't stop to think about working smart. I just wanted to work hard, you know. And now I've learned it's not really about hard work. You've got to still work hard at what you're doing, but you've got to work smart first. There's no point working hard but not smart. You got to work smart and then work hard at working smart. So I'll leave some comments. That'll be my comment actually. As I've sort of grown and studied more, I've realized that it's about smart work, not hard work. But think about something, an opinion or a view that you think is the norm, and you know, share it with people. Share it on, put the comment. You know, a lot of people get their ideas from newspapers and media. Again, like the story I've just told you about the propaganda. Think about the other side. You know, media. I stopped reading newspapers and media about more than 10 years ago now. Once I understood the media machine, I stopped using it, because I know that most of the stuff is, well, my opinion is, a lot of stuff that's published is fake news, like a lot of people are coming out with now. And people get shut down for challenging it. There's people in the UK that have been shut down for challenging this fake news. But even people like Donald Trump now challenging fake news. Robert Kiyosaki, he just wrote a new book called Fake. It's fake education, fake news, fake money, fake something else. So think about the other side. Be open-minded. Whatever opinion you got, think about what the other side of it could be. Can you argue the other side of it? So that's it for today. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow.